I just want to know who keeps Long John Silvers in business. Reddit ads. Who is buying all these Supreme t-shirts? Like what happened that brought you to that moment? BetterHelp, all over my podcast ads. Goop, Gwyneth Paltrow's wellness shit. It's always in the news and apparently makes money. Who is buying it? Exclamation mark. What a room custom sofas. I've seen them recommend on Reddit a lot but never heard of anyone that bought them. Thinking about pulling the trigger, but it's always hard to buy a couch online without actually sitting on them. I'm convinced that all major mattress centers are actually fronts for criminal enterprise. In a time when businesses are shutting down left and right. How do we have 5 mattress stores all on one street doing just fine? Go into any one of them and you'll be the first customer they've seen in days. What are they really doing? Balenciaga. Absolutely bonkers. Feels like a joke about how to extract money from mad rich people. White Fox seems to be a brand that only produces oversized hoodies or stripper clothes. Bloom Greens. Prime Sports Drink. Tyler Perry Movies. That guy is very wealthy and those movies are so successful, but I don't know anyone who has seen them. And yes, tell me you have no black friends without telling me you have no black friends. Mattress Land. There's one every block in my hometown and they're always empty. Till I live around some fancy-ass people. The Uno restaurant chain. Every time I've seen one I remember they exist and notice that no one is eating there. I cannot recall ever seeing an ad or talking with anyone about that restaurant. I don't even know what kind of food they serve. In my circle, it would do better as a front for something because of how astonishingly unremarkable it is. I'm not asking everyone I meet, but I've never had someone acknowledge that they've eaten there. Lamborghini. I'm not friends with rich people. Every single thing pushed by YouTubers. Squarespace. Brainly. HelloFresh. Those garbage hoodies. Their stupid coffee that gets sent to you via airmail. A lot of the brands listed here are very popular in various countries. Example: LV, Chanel, Lululemon, and L'Occitane are all popular in Southeast Asian countries. Mont Blanc pens. I have met one person that had one and he said he got it as a gift. And it basically just sits on his desk as a display item. It gets used on the rare occasion he has to sign something. The name brand gallons of milk. Lovesac. Who buys these overpriced couches? ITT. People referring to super popular brands that target people other than the posters. True Religion clothes. The jeans look like they were kicked in the seat by a donkey. Literally any content creator's merch. Does TV count? Because I haven't met anyone who watched a new episode of The Simpsons in like 20 years. But the show is still going strong. I could spend hours browsing Simpsons memes and not see any I don't get. Even though I only really know the first 8 seasons well. Who even buys their cars from Carvana or like those car vending machine? Like Let's Be FR. Anything related to the Kardashians. Mary Kay. I see Teslas. I just don't know anyone who owns a Tesla. BetterHelp and HelloFresh. Their marketing is inescapable, but I don't know a single person who wants to support these awful brands. How do they afford the marketing at this point? Edit. Apologies, I should have explained myself better regarding both of these companies. In the last few years it came to light through workers at HelloFresh that their treatment of their employees is allegedly deplorable, including things like safety violations, injuries, union busting, etc. This https youtube.be/cflxu4es18 C equals -4U6RHEETBPML05 creator has done a long-form video on claims against them specifically. Similarly, BetterHelp has been accused of selling client information to social media sites such as Facebook, as well as tons of false advertising claims. I thought this was bigger news than it was apparently. My apologies. Kylie Cosmetics. Every time I go to the mall I wonder how L'Occitane en Provence is in business. There's literally never anyone in the store. I make a point to look now. Who is buying their shit? How are they in business? Even if other stores are busy or there's online $. Why is this particular store still going when there's no fucking chance it's even covering its rent? Burger King. Every time I drive by, there's never anybody in the drive-thru. Maybe there's like one old guy or a middle-aged couple in the dining room at some weird hour. But I've never met a single person who talks about going to Burger King or even mentions it. I went quite a few times as a kid and got the silly crown. And in my 20s sometimes I'd stop there late at night coming home from the bar because I was hungry. But I probably haven't eaten at a Burger King in like 5 or 6 years. And nobody I know seems to have either. Bing. I mean, who the fuck bings things? DuPont lighters. Like, why those prices for a flame? I've maybe met one person who actually owns a Stanley Cup. Even then I can't remember if it actually was a Stanley or a Yeti. CarShield. I mean, who does that? Lol. Those commercials are horrible. Kind of off topic but may apply. Avatar 2 made over $2 billion, but I feel like I am yet to meet a person who has seen it in theaters. The theater I saw it in on release day was half full. Avatar 2 made more money at the box office than Avengers: Infinity War, and I remember everyone talking about that film. Very strange. Rihanna underwear brand Savage X Fenty. It literally made her a billionaire. Also, Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez. Peloton. I've worked in 2 malls with Peloton stores and both of them were always empty. IBM. Who is using Rakuten? Question mark. Those shops with gold-infused creams and makeup. Never seen anyone in one. Kylie Jenner stuff. Or any Kardashian stiff. Congress. Someone is buying them. But I don't know who. Apparently Bathing Apes hoodies. I'd never heard of them. But the TikToks I watch of unopened mail shows a lot of people bought them but never received them. Mattress firm lol. OnlyFans. Combined. Every psychic storefront in NYC. There are far too many and I've only really ever seen the same workers just sitting outside smoking daily. And no customers. I'm convinced they are some kind of organized crime front because no clue how they are paying the staff, let alone rent. Kylie Cosmetics.